Welcome back to my side characters tip a day. There are just 2 days left until the launch. I'm freaking out. Today's tip. I'm going back to basics with today's tip and talking about the different types of side character. Lots of people, when they think about side characters in terms of archetypes. But archetypes aren't really the most useful of explanations when it comes to helping you A, improve your characters, and B, understanding them in the context of your story. So I talk about side characters in terms of 3 different types: major side characters, minor side characters, and cameos. Your cameo characters are your fleeting brief little pumpkins. They appear, they may say a throwaway line, and then they fuck off again. A good example of a cameo is Stan Lee, who appeared very briefly in the Marvel movies. Another example would be, if you've ever watched the film The Matrix, there is a woman in a red dress in downtown New York Street who walks past and distracts the protagonist. That sort of 5 or 10 seconds is the only time you see her. Then she's gone, never to reappear. That's what a cameo is. They leave no mark on the story. They don't really impact the protagonist. Number 2, minor characters. Minor characters are in the story a bit more. They often have transactional relationships with the protagonist. So maybe they're a barman where the protagonist goes to frequently, a guard, henchmen that the protagonist interacts with on a number of occasions. These guys are very unlikely to have subplots or character arcs, but they are going to have enough description that you are going to remember them as a reader. So what's important is creating something memorable. What's the thing about them that everybody will hear or read and then go, I know that character. Major side characters. These are the big leagues of side characters. They are going to be on the page a lot. Think like Harry Potter and Ron Weasley, or think about the 3 ghosts, for example, in A Christmas Carol. These guys impact the story. They affect the protagonist. They are likely to have a character arcs, subplots of their own. Really, they should represent the theme as well, but a different shade of the theme. So not the exact same as what the protagonist is representing in terms of the theme, but something that is a variation on the theme. So they definitely need to be described. They need to have something memorable. They need to have their own personalities. They need to have something that is a life outside of the story. These guys are the big leagues, and they are the ones that you want to spend the majority of your time working on. If you would like more information and to go into more detail about these different types of side characters, then you can do so. I bet you can't guess how. I bet you can't. I'm gonna tell you. There it is. Isn't she a beauty? You can get loads more tips and tricks for how to improve your side characters and go into more depth about the different types of side characters in my book, 8 Steps to Side Characters, How to Craft Supporting Roles with Intention, Purpose and Power, which will be releasing in just a couple of days. If you haven't got a copy or you haven't pre-ordered a copy yet, then you can do so from anywhere. Visit any store and you should be able to find yourselves a copy. And if you would like to order from me directly, then you can do so at sashablack.co.uk/store. Alrighty, I will be back tomorrow with the last tip. I'm like